Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to the Rainbow Bridge episode 7. My name is Rena Dwelly. I am a certified diamond dowser and inner diamond practitioner. I assist people in clearing physical, mental, and emotional blocks in their mind, body, soul, and their environments. Through this work, I help people raise the energetic frequency of their environments and themselves, which allows for direct access to the law of attraction. So I hope you all enjoyed last week's show. I actually did a little mini diamond dowsing session in my mom's office, and she was so excited about that. And I was too. I love doing that work. So that's a big part of what I do. I love doing it. Today, if you are a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, or a friend of a child, I invite you to stay on for the entire show. We are going to talk about being a spiritual guardian for children and why you would want to do that. So that's about energetically supporting these kids. As you know, all children are special, and we have some really, really special ones. Hi guys, thanks for joining in. We have some really special ones that have been coming into the world for quite some time. So before we get started, I invite you to hit like, hit love, send me some of those beautiful bubbles across the screen, and make sure you share this out with your friends and your family. We have a lot of wonderful kids in this world, and they are our future. And I truly believe that by assisting them energetically, of course, and physically too, that we can help change the world for them too and help them clear the path. Good morning, Renee. I'm so happy to see you. So first of all, we are going to talk about some of the different kids that we have in the world, some of these higher vibrational kids. So we have Indigo Kids. Now, Indigo Kids started coming in the early 50s up until the present. They were the very first ones to come in. There are 3 types of personalities associated with these kids. It seems that they are either really techie or really into art or really into spirituality. Now, society had dubbed these kids as the Ritalin kids. Good morning, Josephine. I'm so happy to see you. But their job is to come into this planet and to break up systems. They shake up the energy of humanity and the planet to prepare for the transition to ascension. As we all know, our planet's vibration is raising and things are really beginning to shake up. So it was kind of their job to come in and help break up those old patterns and systems. Now, most of these Indigo Kids came in as third initiates. So what does that mean? As a third initiate, it's allergy season. Hi, Kelly, I'm happy to see you. As a third initiate, you expand how you see yourself and the world. You see life from a higher perspective, and you can pick up on the lessons that you need to move forward. Next, we have the Dolphin Kids. So the Dolphin Kids started to come in the late 80s and the early 90s. Most of these kids did come in the early 90s. These are playful, creative, happy. They love to play games and change the rules, and they're very, very artistic. So by changing the rules, they almost create a new reality for the games that they like to play. Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Josephine. I'm so happy to see that. So these Dolphin Kids, they love water, as to be expected, right? Their job is to raise the energy of our planet and to teach us to jump through hoops. Right? It seems like sometimes people get stuck focusing on there's only one solution to get out of this space that we may be in. But these kids come in and they teach us how to jump through these hoops to make it to the next point, right? You don't always have to follow all the rules. There might be another way around. So these Dolphin Kids came in as 3rd and 4th initiates. So a 4th initiate is very connected to spirit. They seem to receive information through sleep and dreams, and especially through meditation. Next, we have the Crystal Kids. So the Crystal Kids started coming in 99, 2000, 2001 through 2012. Now, there was a flood of them from 2000 to 2012. And the couple of groups before had come into this planet to really, start raising the vibration. The Earth's vibration had to be high enough to support these children. These kids are already ascended. They are fifth initiates, which means they are out of the karmic wheel. They choose to come back. They have big work to do to support our planet. They are enlightened beings. They know things. They are really, really wise beyond their years. And fifth initiates hold lights for at least 1,000 other souls in their soul group. I am the mother to a Crystal Kid. He is absolutely incredible. And most of my friends who have met my son, like they just can't believe that the child he is, like I said, wise beyond his years. He's just, since he was a little boy, he's really loved Stephen Hawking, Nikola Tesla, and like he just knows these things that he's now 15, but like say when he was 5 or 6, he just knows these things that you would never expect a 5 or 6-year-old or 7-year-old to know. And a lot of his teachers had even commented like, wow, this kid is really something special. Now, I always say that it's not my fault, but I'm just teasing. I'm definitely an indigo. I was a wild child. I definitely came into this world to help shake things up and move forward. I am definitely, as you can see, on the very spiritual path. So that's kind of where my personality fits. But yeah, so Kelly, my friend Kelly's on here, and she knows Max, and he is a very old soul for sure. He's very interesting. I maybe this summer I can have him on as a guest sometime. We'll have to see. He's kind of shy. So next we have Moon Kids. Now Moon Kids started coming in 2003. They're very enlightened, and some are ascended masters, but they're very multidimensional. These kids are here to ground the high vibrational energy and light to help our planet evolve. They love plants, animals, minerals, and are very interested in the kingdom systems of Earth, and they work to bring balance between all of them. They love to be outside and to be barefoot. So if you know any Moon Kids, there you go. Next, we have the Diamond Kids. Now, the Diamond Kids, they are very guru-like. They are very multifaceted. These kids started coming in 2012. Now, all the children that have come before had come here to prepare Earth for these children because they need such a high vibrational support system. And as you can probably guess, we don't have a whole lot of them here. They are very beyond masters and very, very connected in. A story about a Diamond Kid. I don't know any personally as of yet, but my teacher was telling us that she knows a Diamond Kid, and as a little boy, he was probably 3 or 4, something like that, and he was laying on the living room floor and just kind of moving back and forth and kept saying, no, this way, no, turn this way. And the kid's mom knows my teacher, Annette, so she had called Annette and said, you're never going to believe what this little boy's doing, and was telling Annette about what he was doing. And then the mom had later that night was watching the news and seen that there was a beached whale. And then he started talking about the whale. So he was energetically tuned into this beached whale and trying to help that whale wiggle back where he needed to be to get to safety. So that's really interesting stuff. There's a lot of really cool things happening on our planet and with these kids. So it's really important that we offer them what we can and support. And I have my notes, so you know me, I like to have my notes. So how can we support these kids? Well, I'm a diamond dowser. So I douse homes. I go into people's homes and help cure these energetic disturbances that may be throwing off their connectedness, their whatever's stopping them from moving forward. I live in a quantum doused home, and it really supports the energy of my son. It's really incredible. It's a very high vibrational environment, which, that's really important for these enlightened children that are coming in, because we don't want to leave imprints of the home on the child. I mean, just think about your childhood. I'm sure there's something that you can remember, some argument, some little piece of something, it's really wild. So the work that I do actually helps clear these imprints. You're welcome, Emily. I love my notes. I like to come in prepared. That way I don't forget all these important little pieces. It's especially important to have their bedrooms activated, because that's where a lot of kids love to be. They love to spend their time there, whether they're small children or even teenagers. My son is always in his bedroom. So, having his bedroom activated for him just makes me feel like at least we're at this high vibe place for him, and he's energetically supported. So, hanging up images of spiritual teachers is also something really cool you can do for these kids. And that way they can connect in with that energy of that spiritual teacher. Something also with Max, since Max was a tiny, tiny baby, I mean, just weeks old, he had this stuffed elephant that I had bought him. And it was one of those that you pull and it played music, and until the string went back up. Well, one weekend, I think I went back to work really early after I had him. I'm just not a very good sitter downer. I think he was probably like 4 to 6 weeks old, something in that area. So I had accidentally forgot to grab the elephant from daycare, and we had a really bad weekend. So that kid had already been connected in with this stuffed elephant. I actually had to call the babysitter to get the elephant back, because I mean, we're not getting any sleep without this elephant. Now, to this day, my son still has elephant pictures all over his room, some paintings that I've picked up for him, some just posters with elephants. There's stuffed elephants he's collected out through the years. Now, what's really cool, and I didn't know this until I started taking the diamond dowsing classes, but elephants are connected with Sirius. And so that's like Max's direct connection to these higher vibrational energies, these beings that he can connect in with and connect with their spirit and do his work. Yes, as the energies increase, the children born will be more and more intuitive and energized. Absolutely, yes. You are so right, Paul. And that's totally why you want to make sure that you are supporting these beautiful children. And it just helps clear the pathway again for them to do their dharmic work, right? It's really cool. Talk to these kids about their interests. It may not seem of interest to you, or you may not know much about it, but it's really important for them to talk about what they're interested in. With Max as a little kid, he would talk about quantum physics. And at the time, I didn't know what quantum physics was. I mean, I had heard about it, but I couldn't have a conversation with you about it. A couple years later is when I found these diamond dowsing classes, which is all about quantum physics. So I feel like Max and I have connected on that level too. It's he loves to help people. We have we haven't done a lot of work with it as of recent. High school has been really crazy. But we had a 501c3 set up. I think he was 9 years old. He had connected with this boy who sends treat boxes to deployed soldiers. And Max was really interested in doing something like that too. So we went ahead and put all the steps together, and we did local fundraisers, and we received treats and we received funds, and we were able to mail quite a few boxes of these wonderful treats to these deployed soldiers. It just really made Max feel happy. So, I mean, just whatever we can do to help support these kids. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to show you a quick version of the tubes of light to help support these children. If they are over 14, you really should have their permission to do this work on their highest good. Their soul locks in at the age of 14. So before, it's fine. And most kids don't care. Most kids are going to say, yeah, cool, whatever you want to do, mom, or whatever you're going to do, dad or grandma or grandpa, most kids are really cool with it. So don't feel like you have to feel strange or odd asking your kid about it. It's most are up for it. So doing the tubes of light for the children, it has connecting to their quantum point keeps their soul level lines open. So like if you're doing this for a baby or, even a busy teenager who can't always be here doing the work with me when I'm doing it, it's just a good way for me to connect in and make sure he's energetically protected. And if you have kids who are going to sit down with you and meditate, Max will. Max absolutely will. And he has since he was a little kid. Do this with them. Have them sit right next to you, or even if you're through the miles for some reason, you can connect just like I'm connecting with you and do this quick little meditation. So, all right, just wanted to make sure I had all of these notes gone through. Okay, so we're going to move forward and do a quick little version of this Tubes of Light meditation to connect with your kids. I do have a picture. I wasn't going to draw one, but I thought it would be really fun. It's really therapeutic for me to draw this too. So just, if you haven't done the Tubes of Light with me before, no worries. I will totally guide you through. We're going to call in crystalline white light into the lower bodies. We're going to pull these up, connect with the sarcophagus point, travel up the rainbow bridge. This is why the show is named the Rainbow Bridge, and connect in with the quantum point and call in these quantum frequencies to do the work. And I will explain this. Yes, you can absolutely do this for all of your kids at the same time. And if you aren't a mom or a dad, or aren't a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle, or maybe you don't even know friends with kids, I truly invite you, and this was per Max's suggestion. So you guys, this really speaks to my heart. The kid's so cool. He almost brings tears to my eyes talking about him. I'm such a lucky mom. But he has asked if you don't have a child in your life to connect with, that we energetically adopt a child just to energetically support the kids of the world. So, if you can just think of, again, if you don't have your own children that you're doing this work for, maybe there's just a soul child you can connect with and do this work with. So, okay, here we go. Let's close our eyes. Start taking some deep breaths. Connect in with the universe here. And we're going to start calling crystalline white light into our physical body. And if you have a child you're working with, call in crystalline white light into their physical body too. Expand your awareness 4 to 6 inches outside of the physical body, and the same for the child's. And we're going to expand this crystalline white light into their etheric body and our etheric body. This is going to help clear any residues, toxins, pollutions, energetic that need to be cleared. Expand your awareness of foot outside of the etheric body into the emotional body, and the same with the child. We're going to bring that crystalline white light in. And let's expand our awareness another foot outside of the emotional body into our lower mental bodies, bringing in that crystalline white light. And as we do this for ourselves, we do this for our children too. Now connect in with your heart. And from your heart, I want you to send an energetic cord to each of the children, whether it be 1 or 1,000,000 that you're working with, whatever the number. Just send an energetic cord to the children's hearts. This just connects you in energetically to their heart space. And we're going to pull our physical body up, same as our child's. Click it into the etheric body. Click the physical etheric bodies into the emotional bodies. And click the physical etheric emotional bodies into the lower mental bodies. Same on the children. We're going to connect in with our sarcophagus points here. We're going to travel up the rainbow bridge and connect in with our quantum points. From our quantum points, we have access to the quantum field, and we have access to these beautiful quantum frequencies that we're going to call in. But first, I want you to send another energetic cord to the child's quantum point. This just connects you again in the quantum field, and it helps you funnel some light into their being. And the children love this. They will totally feel this. Now from our quantum point, let's call in royal blue light around and beneath us, just like we're sitting in a royal blue tulip. And the same for the child or children. And around and beneath this royal blue light, let's call in the rose light around and beneath us. And same for the children. And we're going to imagine sending this rose light out into the universe as far as we can imagine. Now, what's really cool about the rose light, it teaches us to receive the love and support that the universe has for us. And this is really important for children. They really need to feel this beautiful support system that we have to offer. From beneath our feet, we're going to call up the violet light, expand this into the physical, etheric, emotional, and lower mental bodies. Same for the children. And we're going to surrender any karma that we are carrying that needs to be released. Now, especially true for children and ourselves, it's important to surrender any family karma we have. Pull this up over your head. As we help these children clear the karma, they will be able to see their dharma very clearly, and then it will just help them move forward faster with their journeys. Now we're going to call in the golden dome above us, the golden dome of manifestation. Now, children are incredible, so this is just going to help them manifest even faster, and us too. Now come back to your quantum points. Rub your hands together. Place the palms of your hands over your eyes and bring yourself back gently into the world. Interesting story, because we talk about high vibrations, and I don't know, sometimes it's hard to actually picture what this looks like. Now, children are naturally drawn to these high vibrational frequencies. My home is quantum dowsed to a level 450, positive level 450, which is, it's a very high frequency. It's very comfortable. It's amazing. It feels like heaven in my home. I'm not going to kid you one bit. But what's really funny is a couple of weeks ago, my husband started commenting, it's nicer out now. I'm in North Dakota, so we have treacherous winters sometimes, although we haven't had a really bad one for a long time. But, it gets cold and chilly and sometimes just takes a while to warm up here. So we have the neighborhood kids, all of them outside of our house, not necessarily in the yard, but around our house, like in the aura of our home on the boulevard. And, it's crazy. My husband's like, oh my gosh, all these neighborhood kids are outside. And I'm like, Mark, it's the energy of our home. These kids are playing outside of our home because it feels so good. It's just crazy. And last night he mentioned it again. And I said, oh my goodness, honey, I told you it's the energy level of our house. So it's really, really cool. And, doing something like the tubes of light with your children, whether it's energetically or they're sitting in front of you and doing it with you, it really helps you connect to their heart space. It helps you just kind of be able to tap into that intuition and know what's going on with them and know how they're feeling. And it's just such good stuff, you guys. It's amazing. I thank you all so much for joining me today. I love friends. So if you would like to send me a friend request or maybe you have some questions for me, I invite you to send me friend requests, ask me questions. Don't be afraid to PM me. You're very welcome. I would love to connect with you and visit with you about what I do. So with that, I invite you to become an Akashic Academy member. Go to askyourrecords.com to sign up. When you connect with Emily, let her know I sent you. It's $11.11 a month. And inside of the Akashic Academy is a special group, a very private group. You will find special bonus sessions and education by the founder and director of the Akashic Academy. Her name is Emily Harrison, and she is incredible. And her business partner, Coach Nick, who is also an incredible soul. I just know you guys would totally love it. It's a super supportive, amazing group. It's a wonderful place to be. Next week on the Rainbow Bridge, I think we will be doing some space clearing. My guides are really leading me to take you on space clearing journey and help you. Excuse me, there's a comment. I'll get to that in a second. I'm sorry. Anyway, my guides are leading me to do a space clearing with you guys for May. So it's important to keep our personal frequencies up in our home too. So keep it nice and clean, just like a gentle, energetic spring cleaning. Up next tonight is Andrea Stepanowski with the Sacred Chakra Flow. She's at 7 p.m. Eastern and 4 p.m. Pacific time. She's super fun and awesome. So Kelly says, I have a story about your son, Max. When you gave me my first Reiki attunement, Max was there. He asked who the bearded dude was. It was my Reiki guy that appeared to me. How did he see that? These enlightened children are amazing. He's really cool. I think I might have to try to sweet talk him into coming online with me. I think you guys would just really dig him. He's incredible. Like I said, I'm super, super lucky to be his mom. All right, guys. I appreciate you tuning in today. Oh my goodness, I'm kind of tripping over my words here. I want to wish you a magical Thursday, a very safe and happy Memorial Day, and a very magical Memorial weekend. So with that, know that I send my love and light to you all, and have a beautiful, beautiful day.